All right. Another Monday. I can say that now because it's on the shirt.
That's right. Never forget.
It's official.
Hey, we're powering speed. 908-751-0211.
And like us on Facebook, iTunes, favorite us, get us out there, share us.
Twitter.
Tumblr.
And you even use your big boy voice.
did.
Big boy?
I know. Tired.
You ain't the only one.
Been working since I got back.
Who ain't?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine you've been kind of buried too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Whenever you take a day, it ends up piling up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, they did a good job, like showing a lot of the Dragweek between.
Oh, yeah. I mean, before I went, I watched it all on YouTube.
Right.
And then I went there, and then when I got back home, I think I was watching on the car, in the car service on the way home.
Right.
I don't remember, but I watched like probably all of it. I don't think I missed anything really.
Then the shifters, all the stick guys. That was a good one.
Yeah, those guys are animals. We're going to talk about them.
Yeah.
For sure. So in case people haven't been following, we did actually go somewhere.
Yeah. Went to Dragweek, man.
Yep.
Went to Byron, and we did the tour over to Great Lakes. Stopped at checkpoints, ate some curds. I just wanted to get on it before you got on me.
Oof.
I don't even understand what that was all about. You had to have those things.
Well, yeah, I mean, people were talking about them.
And then you threw them out the window.
Well, if you remember correctly, it was like a 10-pound bag that I just took some and let the lady keep the rest of them because I didn't want to throw them all out the window. And yeah, I just didn't want to eat them all.
And that's the thing to do if you're there. That's what you're supposed to do.
I don't know. That's what Kevin said. And like anyone should listen to him.
It's cheese.
It is cheese.
Did it taste any different than cheese?
Well, yeah, a little bit. It's almost cheese, is what she said.
Pre-cheese.
Oof. Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah. Hearing Tad say that, I would have passed through. Jesus.
Eating your curds and whey.
But no, it was...
I said that too. Listen to Chatterbox over there, man. What's going on here?
Yeah, well,
he's over the limit already.
I'm going to fall asleep soon anyway. So.
All right.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Me too.
It was good to see everybody, and I don't leave often. I try to stick around here unless I get forced into it. Kind of got forced into it because we talked about it so much I had to. There's no other choice.
Well, you want to go.
I did go disguised.
Stop with that social misfit act.
As a homeless skinny guy.
Yeah, you did.
People,
well, you pulled that off too.
Yeah. Jason Doisher said, I thought you'd be wearing a suit. Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah, I know.
No.
I didn't even get that.
Well, because I guess, because everything I'm involved with and everything. Yeah, but no, you met Engine Builder Mike. That's who you met. Go to a trade show. Then you'll see Mike looking like an idiot in a suit.
Yeah.
My suit came out of my suit roll-up. When I gave it to you, I don't even know where it is. I ain't looked at it since.
I brought it back.
No, not the suit roll-up.
The suit?
Yeah. I don't know.
So you know where the suit roll-up is?
Yeah, I don't know where any of my suits are. I have no clue.
Thing. They might have been in it when you gave them to me, and I just threw them away.
Yeah, it's fine.
The money you got, you just buy new ones.
Yes, just falling out of my ass.
Yeah.
But update that you don't know. I did talk to Tim.
Yep.
He's okay. Car's okay.
Good.
Took 7 days to get power back.
Yeah, it's
not too bad.
About what everybody's saying. Yeah.
He didn't get flooded. A lot of tree damage, a lot of crap. So everything's pretty good there. Good. So, I couldn't exactly say, well, what'd you get done? You've had power back for 2 days now. We didn't talk much about that.
Click.
Ball buster.
But we're gonna talk about a few things, what's going to go on with that, probably in the next week or two. And I did get some ideas and some stuff from looking at the cars.
Yeah, me too.
I did. There's some things that I saw that were, to say the least, of interest. And I don't even know where to start to talk about all these guys. I don't even know which guys to talk about or what to talk about.
Why don't we start off by saying how creative a lot of the car guys are? We saw some cars that were pretty cool. I don't take pictures of cars. I've been doing this a long time, and I don't take pictures of cars too often. And I took some pictures of some cars just because they were different, like that LS swapped Corvair. You don't see them.
Nice.
You don't see them too often.
There's a funny story behind that guy, but I don't think we got to talk about it.
No, probably shouldn't. I know.
There's a couple. Whew.
Yeah. But there was some nice stuff. That old Falcon wagon, kind of like the same line of Jason's car.
Mm-hmm.
I like that wagon deal. There was that Comet wagon. There was a Tempest wagon. There were some cool cars.
The wagon makes much more sense the more you think about it.
The weight transfer.
Sure.
Well,
just to carry all your shit.
To carry all your shit because how the thing's formatted. That's It's pretty damn nice if you really think about it. That's probably the ideal car to have.
Wagons or farm trucks.
Yeah, or a pickup or something you could just throw everything in.
Yep.
I mean, it does make the most sense.
How light you think we can get the Excursion?
I don't know. I don't think that could ever be under. I think the thing's like 70-something hundred pounds. It's something stupid. It could never.
So if we took the body off it, it'd still be too heavy.
Yeah, but it was worth going to. It was good to see. Now here's where I'm going to get hated on. Tom, did you see anything even remotely difficult about that drive?
Oh,
the hardest part was that we could not find a Sonic.
You know, I was looking.
I know you were.
I was looking.
No, the drive was cake.
I mean, it was conventional roads.
Yeah. No gravel.
Now, we didn't do every one.
No whoop-dees.
We just did that one.
Yeah, I know. So maybe that was the easy one. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
But I mean, it didn't look like honestly, I think the Rocky Mountain one got to be 10 times harder to do.
I don't know. Were you driving through like backwoods and shit and that?
No, up and down mountains.
Yeah, but you're still on roads.
Yeah.
I get it for the overheating problem or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I don't get it.
And I mean, I guess this was unseasonably cold.
Maybe.
It was
beautiful, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got thoroughly sunburned. Nose peeled, cheeks peeled. It was just
really?
Yeah.
You see Jason Paul here, 7.8
7,688 pounds.
Fully dressed Excursion.
Yeah, it's probably about right. So I was close.
Yeah, that's fat.
But it was, I mean, they were just regular roads. I mean, I don't think, now, I guess thinking about the drive, guys.
They promised no gravel roads at the driver's meeting.
Oh, they did. Okay. Yeah, well.
Yeah, a lot of people would probably be real iffy on that then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of my things. But I guess that like for the normally aspirated guys to drive, at a highway RPM.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Without overdrive or a lockup or something like that. Well, even with overdrive.
Yeah, that would suck. I mean, you're just beating the hell out of everything.
Yeah.
And, certainly there's things that in, a race motor that are not really great on the street.
Yep.
Start with that one. Matt Blasco. Great guy. I've been talking to him a lot before he went there.
Yeah, really cool guy.
Won his class, which was pretty good.
Yep.
But that came after having a roller lifter tie bar break.
Oh,
yeah.
It actually broke and the lifter turned. If it didn't tear anything else up, to me, he's the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah, I know.
I've never seen that happen.
No, he got lucky. I didn't get to listen to it or I would have picked it out. You guys couldn't figure it out.
It was weird because maybe because the lifter was turning.
Yeah, it was sporadic.
Yeah, it would come and it would go. I thought maybe a wrist pin. Like it grabbed a pin.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that. I didn't want to ask him to start it again because if my luck
start up,
knock it outside of the block or something.
My father always said, if it keeps making noise long enough, you'll find it.
Yeah, no doubt, or it'll find you. So,
but yeah, that was an example of Dragweek. This guy, drove all over the planet, and a wheel broke, or a tie bar broke, and turned a lifter.
Yep.
And that, from a driving durability standpoint, that's one of the things that these things have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's is a pretty serious motor. I'm sure it's got good seat pressure. I mean, it's a
very serious motor.
But yeah, he survived and won his class. He was not the fastest. He was having issues with a couple things, going through and trying to get the car to hook. He did, and it's on one of the YouTube things. They replayed it. They thought it was great. He got out of shape and, honestly, up on 3 wheels. Wow. I don't know how he didn't end up, wrecked. But, yeah, stuck it out, and the guy won, man. I think that's fantastic. And it's really good that the guys, let's go to Jason. He was one of the very first Dragweek guys we talked to.
Yep.
We had 3 guys on that show.
Yep.
And he was one of them. And he managed to pull off the whole class win. And I mean, I know he wanted it, because you could tell from talking to him from the beginning, he was really working towards it.
One thing I noticed about him, you could tell he's a racer because number one, he didn't talk a lot, and real racers don't really talk a lot. They keep to themselves.
Don't want to let the secrets out.
They know what everybody else is doing. They know what they're doing. They just, it's like those guys that, argue about lane choice and all this stuff out in the lanes. And the real racer doesn't do it till you get up to the lanes and he talks to the other driver.
Yeah.
There's no conversation about all kind of nonsense. But he just seems to me like he's not that they all weren't. I mean,
maybe he just doesn't like people.
Well, I knew you were going to go there because I think he actually He's a lot like you were saying.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Quiet. Just don't need to talk about nothing.
Yep.
What do you need? This. No, but
I don't think he's quite the social misfit that you are.
Probably not. Probably not. But that, I mean, the fact that they were, some of the first guys on and managed to pull off the win.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Says a lot for the show. The influence we had.
I don't think we had a lot. Unless, messing with him, made him try
pissed
that much
them
harder.
Off more, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Then I'm going to take all the credit because I must have pissed everybody off.
Oh, you did. And you got a lot of it there. You did. A lot of people were like, yeah, you going to win?
Yeah, I know.
But it was.
They were pretty nice, though, because I'm so scary looking. They didn't want any part of this.
Terrifying. More afraid of me, looking like I crawled out of a dumpster.
Well, you were sitting in that video. You were sitting in the front seat, and then Tom comes ripped around behind the guy around the truck. It's like a kid.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that.
Well, we had the bodyguards the whole time too. Kevin and Luke.
Oh, also very formidable.
Yeah.
To me, all this stuff, like, I think that the drive is not a problem. And I'm going to go back to initially what I said. I think to go fast enough, not the number, is not really a problem, at least for what I'm trying to do. But to go that number consistently, looking at what these guys have done now, yeah.
Well, that class was the tightest grouping out of everything.
Yeah, for sure. And that particular class, I think, received the most attention. Yeah. Because it's the closest thing to like a conventional streetcar going very fast. And I'm hoping that they don't change a ton of rules. I mean, I'm kind of hoping they don't.
I'm hoping they don't too. I mean, that would suck.
Make a dragon wagon.
I don't see why they would though. Why would they?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that I don't think you should change it, because I honestly, the one thing that was missing from this event, from just about every other racing event I went to, and I think as soon as I say it, Tom's going to be like, you're right. Nobody was bitching. Nobody was complaining, this guy's doing this, or this guy's doing this. I mean, it could have been going on.
Yeah, could have been.
But I didn't hear any of it. Everybody was happy. Everybody enjoyed what they were doing.
Well, if you think about it, what would they bitch about? I mean,
you're not racing each other; you're racing a clock.
Yeah,
so.
And the 850 class, which was the coolest class, I think, and it was the one that got the most attention.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do anything you want to the car, right? And you just have to. I mean, there are very few rules in that.
Well, in the one that we're looking at, that's, the stock suspension kind of stuff. You can use bolt-on stuff.
Yep.
Something that people have been bitching about, that the intercooler and water tank
has to be in the engine
compartment. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
But other than that, I mean, because of the formatting, because there's not a lot of rules, say, in the engine side, I don't think there's much that people can complain about.
Right.
With as far as what people do cheating.
Right. I mean, you can go there with a 7-second car, and it's obvious that some of them are.
Yeah, I wonder what Jason would have ripped off if he didn't have his little bump with the wall there.
Yeah, it would have been, because I think his car's faster than Dotson's car, right?
I don't know, because in some of the things he raced, it was it was a fast class. It was faster than 850. But I think he's going to sell it now, so maybe he'll tell everybody what it would or wouldn't do.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Jason's going to sell.
Yeah, he said it's the last year for it.
He was buying something else.
I think that's kind of retarded, because that thing works. It seems like it's a happy car.
He's a car guy, though.
Yeah.
He built the car to win. He won.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to build another car to win.
Was he getting a sedan next or something? I can't remember what I read.
I don't know.
But
no, man.
He's getting a small fire truck, Ted.
Congratulations. That was it was good to watch. It was a good race. And I remember him saying that he had sent me a text on Facebook saying that he had to go, I think, 51 with a 9, and it was locked up, and I think he went a 51 with an 8.
Yep.
And it was over. So that was good. And then we go to the stick shift shootout.
Yep.
Which I thought was one of the coolest things, because out of all the guys, there's everybody that does this has to have a fair amount of balls, because you're far from home, most people.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving on the road. Even if you brake and you had a trailer, let's say you trailered there, you could get the trailer, and I think PJ had that problem.
Yep.
They could go get a trailer. But the people that are using the stick shift cars, they are just I mean, you beat the hell out of
They're
them.
asking for
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you're asking for it. So that stick shift challenge thing was pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
And then to see Rich Guido win it all was fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Did he drive the farthest with the stick?
well, that's the
wonder-
other thing. He drove it
I think he
there.
drove the farthest period.
Yeah.
Was it 1,500 miles or something? Or
I don't know what ends up being. I'm sure that, he'll
he'll
be more
tell
than
us.
happy to tell us.
But he did tell us that since August, with all the racing he did and the one in Colorado, he had driven 9,500 miles.
Yeah, I think he said that on the video too.
Yeah.
That he drove that far.
Yeah.
So this guy beats the hell out of his car and drives it there. And the other funny thing that we saw was, and if anybody didn't go by where he was pitted, everything that he carries is stuffed in the trunk.
Yeah.
And when you take it all out and lay it on the ground, be like, how the hell does that fit in
Right.
there?
Right. It's a puzzle.
And he says, yeah, he's like, you try to come up with a system on how to put it in. And he's like, but after a day or two, that's just out the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, amazing stuff. So you got to give guys like that, the stick shift guys, credit because they're just asking for it.
Yep.
That's the car you're asking to break.
not are you going to break? When's it going to break?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Well, he changed the clutch when? Tuesday?
That was his off. No, was that off his first one?
might have been the first day.
After the
First
first
day?
day.
After
Monday?
the first day,
Yeah.
he changed it. Yeah. Yep.
That's right. It was because he said put it in high gear and it felt like it was slipping, and we all know that doesn't get better.
And the guy, Dan Nissen, I guess how you pronounce his name. He's the guy that had the car they were auctioning off.
Yes.
We got there and the poor guy is leaving because he's got a broken trans. Like I didn't even want to bother him. You know what I mean? He's throwing stuff in the car and
Yep.
packing stuff. And, you don't want to get in the way of these guys because if there's anybody that knows how irritating it is when something goes wrong and people at the racetrack want to come up and talk to you.
Yep.
I mean, I'm looking at my brother's car with the front tire like stuffed in the rear deck of the car because that's the only place a tow truck guy could bring it in from.
Yep.
And the guy's like, hey, Mike, how you been? Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
How's my motor?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get on those guys, but he was funny. He calls Rich Canadian Chuck Norris. So I think there's a story behind that, but
Well, he does look like him. I mean, he's definitely put together. He's a cool guy. He's listening. His car just rolled over 12,300 miles that he's been driving
Damn.
wow,
to do this.
wow, that is amazing with a stick.
And that's in a couple months.
And not only that, that's a T56
Yeah.
trans.
Yeah.
That's not, or the TKO thing or whatever. That's not a G-Force or
No.
a Jericho or anything
And
like
it's
that.
what is that? A 65 GTO? 64?
I'm not good with the years.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
not
older
either.
stuff.
But
It's not a 4, it's a 5 or 6, I think. But
yeah, beautiful car. He did everything himself.
That was the other thing.
Put it on the rotisserie. Did the cage. He did everything.
Everything. And I think he learned to do some of the stuff he did just to build the car.
Yep.
That's impressive.
He
That's very
should be.
impressive.
Well, they should all be proud. All of them.
Yeah, if you survived that,
Yeah.
and I got to tell you, from the another perspective, Alex Corella.
Yep.
He's from Florida.
Yep.
Where the hurricane came through.
Yep.
mhm.
He was leaving. They were in the truck and trailer on the way to Dragweek when
it
this was all coming through. They were watching what was going on a web camera.
hit. Oof.
Over the internet, there's surveillance cameras. And I mean, that's got to be a shitty feeling,
Yeah.
to be driving away from your house,
I don't think I would have watched.
knowing that a hurricane was coming. And then he said, and then the power went out. Then they were done. They couldn't see anything else.
Right,
So
right.
you don't even know.
So then you really wonder.
But another guy that we had talked to run great numbers. The first day, I think he was second. And then, it's tough, but his car, I don't know what you think, Tom. It's beautiful. It's simple. It's clean.
Richard's car?
No, Alex's car.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Simple, clean, conventional, like regular short deck Ford, box type manifold.
Yep.
I mean, just fantastic. And I mean, things I noticed, dumb stuff like firewalls all painted and
Yep.
perfect. It's just a very
Well, it's not done stuff. It's the attention to detail.
attention to detail.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's simple stuff to do that gets noticed.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
And then of course we have to talk about the crazy Australians.
oh my
They
God.
seemed cool when I saw, but
I think that if I had to say anything, I would tell Aaron Sash to move because you live amongst crazy people.
Yeah. No doubt.
Crazy people.
They are crazy.
you said a trigger word.
But a lot of fun. And they were good guys.
Fantastically
They're
good guys.
really good guys.
If nobody looked on the page, Steve Reimann brought me a pair of Corvette socks.
Yes, I saw.
That I promised the next time I drive the Corvette, I will wear them just to take a picture for him.
They were badass.
Yeah.
That shit is funny.
So, I mean, they're great guys. Everybody was great guys. Trying to think who else we talked to that was.
I talked to Larry Dixon while he was walking around there, just, trying to blend in, having fun in that Nova. I don't know what he did, but it was his second drag week. I don't think he won or anything, but there were some big names there. Richie Crampton, the Top Fuel guy, left there on, I think he finished up Thursday with that 57 Chevy wagon, went to Charlotte and won the Top Fuel race.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won. That's pretty badass to have people like that driving around Drag Week just to do it. Larry Dixon, Richie Crampton, who else, there was probably other
Was he racing in it, or is he just cruising around following?
No, racing.
Really?
Yeah. It was like a Rat Rod 57 Chevy. Badass. I forget how fast it went. Kevin will post it as soon as I said that. But fast car. Who else? We saw a lot of cool stuff.
There were so many people. Like we met Chris Bashir.
Yep.
Didn't get to see the other 260 guys that were there. Team 260 guys.
No, they were spending all their time putting motors in that one car and blowing them up.
But I think they made it back to the track. But I feel bad I didn't get to actually meet those guys.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
But I mean, with the little bit of time that they had to just get passes in, I'm sure they were in no mood to sit there and socialize.
No,
because they had to work their ass off. They had a lot of stories as far as what they had to do and what they had to go through. I thought, like I said, I had a good time. Let's talk about PJ, because PJ brought up a good point. I don't know what that poor guy had happen. Thrust bearing knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at it. The crank was moving like 300.
Yeah. So that was bad. He apparently put bearings in. You were making a joke about the T-slot bearing removal tools.
Yeah.
That you got a handful of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a pretty bad failure. Not something.
It was funny how it came up though, because they were talking about they got a problem with one of their belts because the crank is moving, and I said, the belt problem.
I thought it was the pickup.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, the pickup. Yeah. And I said, well, I don't think the pickup is quite the problem here. I mean, your crank's moving 300,000.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what they ended up doing, but I know it wasn't fixable, and I don't know what caused it. I'm sure PJ will tell us, but
yeah,
he actually apologized, said sorry if I wasn't talkative or whatever. No, dude. I mean, we understand exactly what that's like.
Oh, I thought that was Dan.
No,
that was apologizing.
No,
maybe both of them. I don't know.
Maybe it was PJ, but Dan said that he was busy too. But PJ said, I hope they got a new perspective on Drag Week. I think I had the proper perspective from the beginning.
Me too. I know I did.
I mean, I'm a circle track guy, so that kind of stuff, being involved. I mean, I'm an engine builder, but because my brother got into that, that was, many years of doing this every week. So the endurance side, the beating side, having to go to distance side, I'm not terribly worried about that.
I know.
I think that from that, the only thing I'm worried about, you could have a mechanical failure of anything, anytime.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not worried about the drive. I'm not worried about the overheating. I'm worried about running on the number. That's all I'm really worried about.
Yep.
Well, you mentioned too, it's like you're not taking a race car and trying to make it streetable. You're taking a street car and making it run the numbers.
And that's Rich Guido's exact words, his exact thoughts.
It's the way to do it.
You can't, you could, I'm not going to say you can't,
right,
but you can't take a pro mod and say, okay, what do we back off this to make it work on the street? You need to get a car that's streetable and now try to make it go fast.
Yeah.
That's to me is the best way to approach this, I would think.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to do. And, it is not going to come out of my mouth that we're winning. If you would like to say that again.
Again? Dominate?
Well, no, dude, I addressed that there too. I mean, it was kind of the joke. Oh, you're going to win, you're going to win. It's not a joke. We're going to say, yeah, we're going to go there and we're going to finish 9th. Oh, wow, cool. That's a nice goal. I mean, your goal is to win. And yeah, I agree. The hardest part is going to be running 850 with a 7 and 851 with a 2. Of course, that's the hardest part. We knew that.
Well, if you got a station wagon, it would be easier.
Why is that?
That seems to be the plan. Seems to be the winning plan.
Weird meter.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember that meter we were talking about before we came on the air? Like at the very top of the scale is FUD.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably about a needle's width away.
He's at least a 3/4 full.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only saw one vet in the pictures.
There were a couple.
There were a few, yeah.
But it didn't seem like any of them were in the 850 class. It seemed like they were in other classes, or they had trouble and didn't go as fast as they needed to.
Yeah.
They overheat, or
Well, I mean, nobody should overheat it because it was.
oh, you remember from the last year's when he was having the overheating problem. In the
Everybody talked about the overheating, and the answer is going to be, well, it was cool this year. Well, if another 10 degrees puts you out, you're in trouble.
Well, I did see the one thing, that guy with the Geo or whatever that was having a problem because his Mizir white, quit or something. It's like, why would you run one of those things if you're going to be driving that far on the street?
Well, that's
a Geo.
You know what?
As a
guy like that guy, Ted, there might not be room for a water pump. Who knows?
Possibility.
When you put it in something small like that.
Oh, the Geo tracker Jeep thing?
And I don't want to trash Mizir or say anything about any of that stuff, but to me, that I know they say it can be used on a street, but I've got a different view of that. I know that I wouldn't try to use that in a circle track environment. I certainly wouldn't try to use it in a Dragweek deal.
They're pretty good.
Wow. I wish I had the Queen, like, champion music. Hang on a minute.
That would be good. Celebrity calling.
Celebrity. What's up, Jason? How are you, man?
How you know it's me, man?
I can see on the caller ID. I have a little thing underneath that says "My Hero."
oh,
Hey, we got electricity up here and everything, man.
How was your trip back? Uneventful? Did you get home okay?
Yeah, uneventful.
Good.
You got number 1 and number 2 in the car right now.
Oh, fantastic. I think, these guys, Jason Doisher and John Dodson, anything automotive.
They were impressive.
Impressive, man.
Yeah.
Impressive all the way through the entire thing. All the way through.
Yeah, they were.
all the videos I saw of his launches, it's like just automatic poof.
Both of them. The cars were good every pass. Did you guys have to do a lot from track to track to get them good, or were they pretty close?
Not at all. They were pretty close. All we had to do is really set tire pressure and shock adjustments, and that's about it.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, both you guys had your program together. Jason, I got to ask what happened, because I was watching from here when you just touched the wall. I mean, I saw you landed like we call that, a lot of circle track guys tease it, like full rudder left.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to turn, and it just pushed the front end. But, I mean, what happened that it got out of shape like that? Would it just spin?
No, watching videos, it bounced. The wheels were actually straight. So when I did the wheelie in Byron, the left front strut was leaking pretty good, and I had tightened up the shocks whenever I walked up there and checked the starting line, and I really should have moved the chains, but I was hesitant. So I tightened the shocks where I would normally set them at. And the only thing we can think of watching video is when the car comes down, it just bounced the car into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The left one had no damage.
Oh, because it had nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we can think of.
Yeah, how bad is it?
I should have it probably fixed by Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing anything automotive can't handle.
We're just going to pull out the quarter panel and make the tire fit. It got the quarter panel pretty good where the lip is. It pushed that whole section in, so the inner wheelhouse and the outer panel just need to be pulled out. So we're going to pull it out, beat it all straight, and I'm going to just run it to the end of the year.
Yeah. Now you're going to actually sell that car, right?
That was the plan. Now this kind of screws everything up. So I'll have the answer for that probably tomorrow.
I don't know, man. That adds character.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think a Dragweek champion car would fetch some premium dough,
You would think so.
especially a good-looking car like that.
Imagine if he runs his own car next, season. That'd be interesting.
So let me ask you this: are you guys going to make next year or what?
Yeah, for sure. Actually,
Yeah, we're going to make it. We're going to win.
Dominate.
again, that was Tom. Just want to let everybody know it was Tom. I'm just saying we're going to go fast enough. I would actually like to go on record and say I think we have the potential to go 799. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I take it y'all saw John's car go in 820. I take that, right?
Yes. Yep.
And his car's faster than yours?
Oh, by a lot. That wasn't even turned up yet. We were just getting started.
Well, there's no doubt the car's going to go 799. It probably goes 70.
You think so?
Yeah.
Made a little. we made a little misstep and didn't turn the CO2 bottle on that last pass. So
wow. So he'd go 99 too?
we're going to find out here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, good. Very good.
Now the drag week's over, we're going to get after it with his car and see what to do.
That's good stuff.
Now, what is that track, the track that they raced the final at? Is that an IHRA track?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because when you guys first started racing, I thought it was going to be heads up, with an index, and then they're running them out the back, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you couldn't do that here. Like the track would have a fit.
Yeah.
But that's also New Jersey.
I got you.
No,
Yeah.
that's any NHRA track.
NHRA, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were someplace
they
other than New Jersey, you could probably just look the other way.
Yeah, maybe.
But in New Jersey, I mean, there's state officials at all the track monitoring the racing. I mean, they're really tough here.
Yes, they
really tough. So yeah, I was wondering exactly how that happened.
Man, that's really wild that they're that tough on you guys there.
It's a communist state here, man. You don't ever want to live here.
No, no, seriously, it's really that bad.
It is that bad.
I mean, you have no idea the things that
State police on the starting line.
Yeah.
I thought they were down
at big events.
State police.
The
God.
Malibu came from Jersey, right?
Did it really?
Well, I mean that's a plus.
Actually, that car was actually owned by two nuns that shared the car, and they parked it in their basement every day. It only had, I think, 61,000 miles on it.
So he had to one up the old lady story.
Yeah.
It came from a nun.
Yeah.
None.
It wasn't just an old lady that drove it to church on Sundays.
Yeah, it's a
They
nun.
drove it because God told them to drive it.
Yeah. Okay, Dodson, you're done.
Well, I got to tell you, it was great to meet you guys.
Wait a minute. How can we possibly win next year? He's driving around a nun's car.
He's driving.
That God, it's like the Blues Brothers from Texas.
Oh, that's a good one.
He let Jason win this year so he could win next year.
He's on a mission
Yeah.
from
Ricky
God.
Bobby,
I really
shake and bake.
He said it, not me.
Well, hey, I just wanted to call in and really just say I'm sorry I couldn't chit chat a whole bunch. Obviously, when you get racing, you got a lot going on. It's hard to meet and mingle. So we'll catch up and talk one day uninterrupted.
No, and I completely understand that, and everybody that we talked to. And I remember when I wanted to give out T-shirts, the shirts that we brought.
Yep.
I didn't want to bother anybody.
And I didn't care.
And that's like the first time I went up to you, I was like, you okay? Because you were looking like you were having a problem. And you're like, no, just some dumb stuff.
those T-shirts, that's another subject. You wanted me to get a picture in that shirt?
Whenever.
I'm not sure.
I didn't mean that weekend.
No, but I'm not sure you want to see me in that shirt.
Why? Is it too small?
Oh, man.
I'm going to get a picture and send it to y'all. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get a picture.
Didn't I give you an extra large? How big are you, dude?
That shirt looks like a workout shirt. It's all skin tight, like a medium.
Damn, I wear an extra large.
They'll be driving listening to Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical.
Oh my God.
Let's get physical.
Well, we'll
All right,
get you hooked up
we'll
with
get
the right
you a
stuff.
double X. We're gonna redo the logo a little bit too to make that fucking attic fan look more like a turbo.
Yeah, those are actually collector's editions. 'Cause
Yeah,
not all of them
they
look like
are. So lose some weight and get into that thing, man. It's gonna be worth some dough. No, but yeah, thank both of you guys. It was cool to meet you. We didn't expect you to, be hanging out with us. We were just talking about you. You could tell you're racers because you were serious, and we just appreciate a little bit of time.
Yeah, no, for sure. And as you get closer to getting your program put together, holler at me, and we'll see if we can't help in any kind of way.
Well, I appreciate that. And like I said, it was I put on the fan page or the main page or whatever page.
Yep.
That to me, one of the nicest things about all this is we got to hear your stories unfold and then watch the end.
Yeah.
So
cool.
that was really cool.
I might even get Mike on a plane and get him down to Texas, man.
John had to go a 52 with a 9 to tie me, and anything better beat me. So John rolls up there and runs a 52 with an 8, and I'm going to tell you right now, my stomach dropped. I was a bit panicked because that's John. John is a very serious player at anything that he does. So I got up there and I let off the trans brake, and I found myself as I was going down the track leaning further forward. So I go through the traps, I hit the chute, and I knew he was back headed towards the lanes, and I knew we were running out of time. So I never let off the gas. I drug the chute all the way down, never took my helmet off, rolled the window out, grabbed the time slip, hauled ass to the scales, and stopped and looked at the time slip. I had to go a 51 with a 9 or better to seal the deal, and I went a 51 with an 8, and I still wasn't convinced I won.
So wait a minute.
So,
he actually passed you for first place on the last day?
Yes. He was ahead of me for the time that it took me to go down the quarter mile.
Oh, wow.
You guys got to be pretty tight, man. That's pretty cool. That is cool.
So,
Well, I mean, we had said before we ever left that we're going into this deal and we're coming back, and one of us is going to be first and the other one's going to be second, no matter what. That this was our year, and I think we did it.
Well, you know what the problem is? The one thing with the YouTube feed is the announcer was good. He was fine, which is another whole subject, and I got to see if you went any further with that. But it's hard if you're not sitting there and you don't have like maybe a notepad or whatever to try to keep track of where everybody is all the time. It makes it tough. So John, I'm sorry. I apologize. I never knew you actually took the lead for a minute there. Wow. Well,
for one pass.
Yeah.
Because he was on the lanes right behind me, so he went right behind me.
I'm going to tell you have to have people helping you, and we had people at home watching for us and keeping tabs on everybody and what they were doing.
And they were messaging us, letting us know what we had to run to stay in the lead, or because third place was right there on our heels too, like really, really close.
So this is a large group effort, just FYI.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense because now that I think about it, like, and this is again from being involved with the racing that I was involved in, you could always get the information you needed because it was always posted on a board. Like everything was posted everywhere. But I guess in that dynamic, you got guys making laps.
Yep.
You can't have somebody just sit there and run over and keep writing every time down. So
we'll have people behind helping us.
Who?
Tad.
Oh boy.
I'm not even going to get into that.
I was there long enough to kind of get the feel of what I was talking about. The experience, the camaraderie. I mean, the passions these guys all share. I hope you get at least a little snippet of what I feel like I tried to convey.
No, you conveyed it, and we did get it. But I'll tell you one thing: we were driving to the first checkpoint, and there was a LS swapped Volvo broken down the side of the road, and I tried my best to get Mike to stop, but he would not stop.
Now wait a minute.
No, that's true. You don't even say you were that I'm lying because that's true.
Oh, you know what? I think we did drive past that guy.
We did.
But when the Australian guy was pulled over.
You said, Tom, what are we going to do? We don't have any tools. And I said, let's just try and help. And you're like, blah, blah, blah.
But we drove past.
I'm lying about what I said.
We drove. Yeah. I think it was something like.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you're right.
The Australian guy, and I tried calling him. They were pulled over.
Yeah,
and we were looking in the rear view and they turned around.
Yep. And they turned around and went the other way like they forgot something.
Yeah.
That's right. I think what you said we had no tools, and I said we give him a cheese curd or something. I don't know.
But no, Jason, I got to understand that. And what I saw, unless you guys can say something from the inside that, you don't notice from the outside, just walking around being a fan, nobody was upset. There wasn't any big confrontation. There wasn't any big controversy where people were bitching about somebody. I mean, I didn't see any of that.
Well, there was a little bitching, but that's more prone when you're more involved and probably stepping on people's toes to go for a win. So,
well, that's what I couldn't understand about. What would be something that people could bitch about?
Well, the only thing that we ended up finding that people bitched about was on the very last day, they did not do the lanes like they had Monday. And so there was more people than could fit in the lanes, and they didn't start staging them behind the lanes in the other 4 lanes that were available there. So the guy that was running the lane said, it's fend for yourself. Once you get to these cones, you can fend for yourself. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, you can have as many lanes out here as you want. If you come to the front and you're up next, I'm letting you in. So I thought, I'm here to win. I need another pass. So we made another lane, and it upset some folks. But it's one of those deals. If you don't take the initiative to go forth, to go further, nobody's going to do it for you. And so we did that.
To clarify that, we went up there and asked them where the line starts, and he said the line for me starts past these cones, meaning he was in charge of that. There was some very kind of disorganized disarray in the form of lines to the staging lanes. So there were some other people that were kind of staged, I guess, if you will, out of line. And we asked, is that a line? And he said, you can form as many lines as you want.
Mm-hmm.
So there were already some people staged up there. So we went around, if you will, the other cars, kind of like if you would in a construction zone. There's the people that kind of sit in line and kind of conform, and there's the people that drive around and piss everybody off. We were the people, I guess, that drove around and pissed everybody off.
Yeah, but you know what happens when you're in a construction zone and everybody starts driving in the shoulder, and all of a sudden you see everybody stopped in the shoulder, like they made another lane. Everybody jumps over there too. Yeah. It's just everybody does it.
No, so I mean, we didn't know who had made a pass and who didn't. There was no deliberate act of screw everybody else, and I think that was the conception that people thought. We were trying to do. Hey, screw you, let's get up here. So we kind of got permission, if you will, before we actually just run away with it, if you will.
Okay. All right. So even with this, there could still be a little bit, but it's nothing.
Listen, when you're competing for a win,
you do what you got to do.
People are going to get the feelings hurt. But hey, before I get off the line and take over the show, I definitely want to fly out there one day and sit down and talk and chit-chat and be on a show. I think that'd be fun. But I want to let all the listeners know that whatever you think Mike looks like, he doesn't.
No.
That's no lie.
No, I did look like a homeless guy.
You definitely did. If you'd have said a few more words, I'd have figured you out, but you said Trump, and I thought I was going to have to get my ass kicked or something. But I just want to make sure the world knows that you definitely don't look like whoever you would picture.
Yeah. Briefly, I'd rather keep a lower profile. So I had a picture. There was one of the, I don't remember where I was. I think it was New Egypt. Oh, yeah, it was New Egypt with Sarah Palin. That was like the only picture myself that I had on my phone, except some from the gym.
Yeah.
So I put that picture up.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, people that I didn't want to talk to, with my lovely social skills, I had to take the picture off because people were finding me. And that's why I took it off. But I guess probably at some point I'll just put that back on there.
I completely understand.
You look like you're like an 80s hairband.
Well, that's the other. And ask Tom. I was talking about it. I said I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I got to go to haircut. And as a matter of fact, today I went to go to the Guinea barbershop, and they're closed on Mondays.
You lying? I know you went to the salon. Don't act.
No, I go to an old world.
You're right, Dozier. You're right.
Guinea barber.
They know they're right.
Come on, fucking guys.
Hey, at least I just look like a regular old fat guy.
You look like just a regular dude. One thing, Jason, because a couple people brought this up. Could you explain impound?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of changed over the years. Initially, it used to be if you were a class leader, you were in impound, and in impound, the disadvantage is the only person that could help you work on your car was your passenger or passengers, which is okay if there's nothing wrong with the car. If you had to do a major service, you're down to just one and one person helping you. The advantage is you get to run in your own lane, so you're not fighting the crazy crowd to get up there and make a pass. Now I don't want to say necessarily a popularity type deal, but it's definitely more so where they pick who they want to be in it for whatever reason, whether it's a crowd favorite or maybe they're not quite sure about the car or the competitor. But if you're 850, 000, and faster and leading your class, you have to be in impound.
Top three and 850 or faster.
Or if you're just good looking or got a cool ass car.
So the impound, does it last for the entire day at that event?
Yes.
Got it.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There is an impound.
And could you be the same? Like, are you always an impound, or does it?
If you're leading, yes. If you're the faster car and you're leading your class, they keep you an impound. And the reason why is you don't want to have an army of people servicing these cars in between rounds or races. you kind of lose what, I guess the Dragweek motif is. Drive
Yeah.
your car, unload your stuff, get on the track and make a pass. If you got a full, the Pro Mods obviously or bigger turnaround type cars, you can turn around a car faster if you got 5 guys working on it. Well, you can't have a Pro Mod and 5 guys riding with you.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say it was because of one car or one class or one person. It was conceived from the beginning just to keep an eye on things, so that way you always had in the back of your mind, for any reason, you could be put in impound, and you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're not doing what you're supposed to, and then you can't potentially turn your car around and get back on the track.
Got it. So did they like root through your stuff, like to see what you carried?
No, they just keep an eye on you, your car, and your crew.
Gotcha.
They will not let you, if you need parts, they won't let you, like, borrow from other people outside of impound. I believe is how that works.
Yeah, but isn't that part of racers helping other racers, or is that technically not allowed?
Clarity on that, because I'm not 100% sure how that works.
Somebody just put it in the chat room that impound is selective based on Keith Turk's decision making. So that sounds
That's very true.
Is it really?
It really is, because Keith is the one who, besides the top 3 in every class that are faster than 850, if you're not in that category, Keith Turk has picked you to be in there.
I screwed up his top 8 sheet. My handwriting, my grammar is not like super beautiful, and the dude got super upset over it.
So he impounded you?
I would imagine next year he's going to put me in impound for my penmanship.
He's going to put you in impound because you're so damn good looking. That's the problem. That's all Mike could talk about in the car. It's like, damn, Jason is good looking.
How do you make a borderline gay comment and I get dragged into it?
Because
Come on,
that's what I do.
What the fuck? All right.
Because I'm the funny one.
Well, thanks, guys. Really, congratulations. And again, thanks for sharing everything with us, because we had a great time. And look, all you guys, you, John, James, any of you guys, if you're ever up here, coming this way, going to some race someplace close, let us know. Seriously.
Yep.
For sure. We'll do it.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
See you,
Thanks, man. We'll talk.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
What great guys.
So does this, like, since this isn't like an official event type thing, but we had the winners on, has this rank?
What do you mean?
Well, it's not like a Top Fuel or, it's Dragweek.
Hey, man.
But we had the top Dragweekers
As
on.
far as I'm concerned, we had the champions of an international racing class. We had people from all over the place going through this. So,
Was Frost there?
True.
The guy from Britain came over or no? I saw him. I saw a name on the list.
I believe so, but the problem is that I was focused
on just
on the people and the class that I was interested in.
Right.
And that's what makes it tough. And I've said it before, I'm not a very good spectator.
Right.
Like I don't, like, we went to that Honda thing, not the Honda thing, that
Subaru
stupid
thing.
Subaru
Import
Evo thing or whatever.
Well, who could be a good spectator at that?
No, but none of that stuff.
Except
Like
Tad.
I don't generally go to a track if I'm not directly involved.
Right.
I just, and it's not that I don't think I like watching racing, I think is what it comes down to. I can't really put my finger on it, but I just don't want to be there.
No wonder you don't like Formula One.
No, I mean, God, I could never even think about sitting there, but just because of what it is. Like that guy, Tom, that I had in what airport was it? We were leaving Newark. That guy was a Formula One guy.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't shut up about Formula One.
Yeah, he was, where was he? Oh, he was the frequent flyer guy.
Yeah,
Spent
$2 million
on
1 year.
Yeah, and airfare.
We were trying to do that math real quick to figure out if we
how many miles he did.
Yeah, it wasn't difficult.
But guys, that if God bless somebody if they could be that much of a fan. If it's something you directly compete in, it's very easy to be a fan because you want to see where you rank, or you want to see how the event unfolds, or what you would need to do to be as good as these other people. But to just actually go and sit there and watch a race, I'm not a good spectator. Just never have been. So,
well, we spectated pretty good over there, though. It was a good time.
No, but it was kind of, for me, it was a nice change.
Yeah.
The only other drag race I had been to was that thing of Tad's.
Yep.
That, Evo versus Subaru.
Yeah, WRX first Evo or whatever.
And that was kind of.
And you got to see the stupid, sound, their engine launch control thing where they're trying to blow up their motors there.
But I got to tell you, the Honda guy that was there, he had a fast Honda.
Yeah.
He didn't shift like these idiots.
No.
No, because he's actually getting a time, right? He could actually drive, not like the morons.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just it was an import shifting, just not a domestic shifting.
He's actually launching, not like those other guys just.
And the same thing, I think with the other guy, I think he was in the stick shift challenge thing. What was it? A Daytona or a Laser?
Yeah. There was a couple of them. It was Daytona.
Right through the gears.
Yep.
I mean, we went to Tad's
and
thing.
the Volkswagen too.
Yeah.
Remember that VW went 1030 or something like that?
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Like, I mean, I heard those import guys, and it was
terrible.
just, you could have a cup of coffee between a gear change.
Yeah. And they wonder if they go out of boost. Getting the thing starts spinning backwards.
Well, if they're big turbo fans.
Hey, before we, well, not that we're going, but before this thing does wrap up, I just want to say, completely off subject, happy birthday to Ben Schrader from EFI University.
Yep.
It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Ben.
He's still a kid, bastard.
How old is he?
He's 41.
Yeah.
He's a child.
Well,
whippersnapper.
Yeah.
I think my brother's even older than that now.
Tad, what you have information about an accident and sort of a benefit, and I think that particular guy can actually call in.
Yes, the Blaine Brothers had or Blaine Brothers Racing LLC. They had a crash. Actually, not the car lit on fire because it lost number 4 and 5 injector from what I was reading. Pushed the O-ring out. Car went on fire. I watched the video. And the driver jumped out at the top of the track and watched his car on fire going away. And it's something I don't know if I'd...
He jumped out going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's like that's something that... I know the flames probably freak you the hell out. It's like, what the hell? But
no, he said he felt like he was burning. I mean, I read the thing.
You have to have you got a choice. Do you want to burn or do you want to jump out of a car at 100 miles an hour?
He obviously didn't want to burn.
They said he came out unharmed. They checked him out. He said, "Well, it's not often that I run, so that's why I seemed like I was frazzled."
Yeah,
but that car is toasted, and you can go to 5252rpm.com to buy a T-shirt to make a donation to help him along.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good deal.
I mean, because that car is toast. From the pictures I've seen, it's nothing left.
Well, I got to tell you, if something was on fire, mine. I've fallen off my motorcycle at almost 100. I'll get out at 100.
I wouldn't have a problem getting out at 100.
No.
Fire is not your friend.
I can tell you this. Alternate butt cheeks. If you're sliding on the pavement.
But Dan told you, right?
Yep. Best advice I ever got, because you will get, although with those things, they're not leather, so your butt cheeks are going to be gone anyway.
You can't alternate anything.
But you gotta try to, roll around.
Yeah, well, they want you to roll.
Yeah,
is what they want you to do. So, and he had a helmet on. So, listen. Crazy that he had to jump out, but he did the right thing.
Well, the other reason to talk about that is there was also a video posted, and again, forgive me, I'm not real good at all these people because I'm not in this life as much as other people are. But there was a guy that crashed his car. Well, he he hurt his motor and then crashed his car. He had safety equipment on, and it's on our fan page. If somebody just wants to hit Tad up, or somebody's paying attention to the chat room, what the guy's name was and what the crash was about. The guy had, I guess, like a certain level of SFI glove, and then another level, like a level up of SFI jacket and SFI pants, or whatever gets you to the given levels. I'm not familiar with them anymore. I don't know them anymore, but apparently had like kind of a regular shoe or like just
regular glove or something.
Yeah, he had some regular stuff. No helmet, fresh air, which I am familiar with.
Yep.
And you could see the difference that the safety stuff made. I mean, he had one little spot like on his right forearm where he had a small burn. And it wasn't terrible.
It's probably a temperature burn through the jacket type thing. Radiant.
But his wrist was badly scarred. Yeah. Badly scarred. Right. And he had his face shield up. So, and I know the story about what broke. It hurt a cylinder and torched out the back of the head. And there was an oil passage that ran right up the back of the head. So now you've got the running engine shooting oil and everything right, at you. I'm like, my God. And his shield was down. Yeah. So it was a flamethrower.
Yep.
So I would tell everyone that the one thing that, and you think about this more as you get older. I don't know why. I mean, does life become more precious? It should be more precious when you're younger because you got much more to go.
Well, it does become more precious. Well, actually, precious probably is the wrong word.
Yeah, but you ignore it when you're younger.
Yeah, you become more in tune to your life.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about the stuff that we did when we were young. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes me physically nauseous, some of the things I've done. I could never do.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I think would still wake me up at night if I thought about like
No doubt.
how did I get past that?
No doubt.
But if everyone listening, and Alan, Fudd is actually really safety conscious, and not that he has a lot of life to protect, but
No.
he's very conscious. And we had this discussion. I don't think if the difference between the proper safety equipment or even better than needed safety equipment was only a little bit of money, why wouldn't you?
How could you not?
I mean, I can guarantee you that whatever, like Tad will attest to this, whenever I rode my motorcycle, whether it was
Well, he has leathers on and everything.
every single piece,
Yeah.
because
Hell bent for leather.
didn't want to get hurt. And
Who could blame you?
Yeah. So that's about it.
Yeah, the deer didn't care, though. They'll just run out in front of you anyway.
I didn't hit a deer. I hit a possum.
Yeah.
Possum or a
Possum.
woodchuck.
And deer always wear their leather too. Chad.
Right by Trump's
Cool.
golf course. That's where I hit that thing. The backside of right on that road, because I was buzzing through that road and that stupid, I don't know if it was a woodchuck or
You
what
gonna blame it
was.
on Trump?
Of
Yep.
course not.
Attaboy.
How could I ever do that?
Do you want
Actually-
do you want to take this guy before we get out? He probably needs
Yeah, you
an,
wanted to hate on him,
an
didn't you?
English lesson. Well, we don't have to answer it to hate on him. We could hate on him and just let him listen.
Hi, Rich.
Yo,
You better
No,
make
I-
it quick,
I-
you toolbox.
no, I was listening to it. To you talk about his name's Lyle Barnett. Crunch had brought that up a while back, right after it happened.
Yeah, that was older. Yeah, that thing was older. But I didn't. I mean, look, did you expect me to? I can't remember 2 weeks, let alone what Crunch talked about. I couldn't. Who was it? Oh, who were you trying to find? I think we were trying to get in contact with Loans, and we couldn't remember what show he was on. Or how?
No, we couldn't remember how he got in touch with us.
Yeah.
and that was only a few months ago.
We're all guys, dude. It's all going.
What? So this guy that burnt up is an old story?
No, not the guy that Tad just talked about. I'm talking about the guy that went through the experience with the safety
Oh,
equipment.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was an
okay.
old story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like an injector pin open, and it like torch cut right through the head, and it was a bad deal.
Yeah, and the head had from what I read, had an oil passage. So it wasn't just fuel. You made like an oil and fuel based flamethrower.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
What, Rich, was it because he was letting it eat?
Oh.
Was he playing the Gap Band on somebody, Rich?
Hey, how'd that Corvette turn out?
Oh.
It's nice. It's a nice. Which Corvette? Which one are you talking about?
The one that
Which one? You
The
tool.
one that you were going to go to Dragweek and beat.
Yeah, which one? Which one is that? You can't say it now, can you?
the nanner,
Yeah, that one. That one.
the nanner bet.
And then you said something about English lessons. It wasn't about English. It was about sounding like a hillbilly.
Well, Mike, what am I?
Oh, you are a hillbilly. You're a circle track loving hillbilly.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's true.
I'm from the mountains of Pennsylvania, you goon.
Oh my God! It's Pennsylvania. It's not like you're from Oklahoma or whatever.
Now, really, dude? You got to pick on guys from all over the place? Come
I
on.
like guys from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's Flatlanders.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't know where mountains are.
Well, thanks for clearing up that story, Rich, because I didn't know the guy's name, and I do know what happened a while ago from everything I read, but it really made me think, because Alan is talking about X bars and all kinds of shit in his car. He's probably a little further.
Sure, he just wasn't talking about bars
And a
Yeah,
bench
it was
seat.
X
in
bars.
general.
Alan would go further overboard in the safety thing, but this side of thing, I mean, I think one thing that every racer should be afraid of is fire.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's a bad deal,
Yep.
especially when you're in a
Yeah.
confined car.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, especially like in his case, it was methanol, and I mean, yeah.
No, fire you
Don't
can't
get
mess with.
involved in that. That's bad.
Yeah, you can't even see it burning.
All right, Rich, on a very specific suggestion, thanks for calling. All right, he's gone.
Good. Well played.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing. Somebody asked about it on the T-shirts.
Yeah.
Are we waiting off till we get the new revision because they wanted to know where they can buy them? Or
No.
how they can get 'em, or-
Just anybody can send in orders. We have this first round we're gonna give to all of our original, the original listeners.
Yeah.
And we
our
don't
top
even
racers?
we don't even know what we're gonna do. We'll discuss that.
How many do we have left?
I don't know. I have maybe 15, something like that.
Okay.
10. I don't know. I know we got to get, like Rich is going to get one. Hester's going to get one. There's a bunch of guys that are going to get them, that obviously we're not going to make them pay for them.
Yep. Nathan's got to get one.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to make Fudd pay for one.
We got to get him a pink one.
Oh,
Man.
Or maybe can we get the artist to put like an apron on one, like he's wearing an apron
No, why don't we just get a little one for Abby and not give him one?
there we go.
for his kid?
or for one for his wife and his kid.
Uh,
That might make him happier.
yeah, no,
I like-
no. Oh, that was great, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll go with the apron. That's actually a fantastic idea. They'll put the logo on anything.
They probably would.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, get him. That's right. Don't get him a shirt. Get him an apron over with some lace on it or some shit. Just as girly as we could possibly make the damn thing.
Now you guys know how evil Mike actually is.
Come on, man. I'm really actually.
That came right out of
he's
you,
just
though.
agreeing, though.
Get him an apron. It was automatic.
All right, maybe you're right. All right. Anything else? We're reach out to us on the T-shirt stuff. We'll try to compile a list. I think we did get one over to Aaron.
Yeah, we did. And I got to send another one to Kevin.
To Kevin, yeah.
So, yeah, you know what? Anybody that wants them, just send in your, name, address, and size. Apparently, these, based on Dodson, they run a little small.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, I guess go with size up, and we'll get them out. We appreciate people wanting them.
And we are gonna get a whole batch made.
Yeah, we are. We'll get another batch. And, we haven't even talked about price because we don't know. I mean, these were expensive because we just got them to give away at the.
Didn't you get them the
Dragweek.
day you were leaving?
Yes. Picked
Yeah.
them up in the morning.
Yeah, it was.
Shrunk wrapped them in that bag and threw them in my suitcase.
Yep.
40 shirts. It was as big as like a hefty, not even a Ziploc bag. Wow, that was impressive.
Cat-like reflex.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And it just flies away.
Nope, he's
No, you
dead.
got him.
He's dead.
Tell him what I did,
Mike just picked the fly out of the air.
He did a Bruce Lee move,
and then body slammed him.
And then body
threw
slammed
him on the counter, and he's dead, laying right next
Yeah.
to the
Then
phone.
a
I
body
might
is-
take a picture and post him on Facebook.
Don't make him famous.
So now we know who's going to be cutting the lights. Don't
Yeah.
we? All right. Well, listen, guys. Thanks for listening. Had a great time going down there. I really did, and I'm glad Tom forced me to get out of my house.
Yeah.
There is still a whole world out there. So we've got some guests lined up.
Yep.
Matt Blasco's got some things working for us, which
Yep.
will be pretty interesting.
Yep.
And Tom's got some stuff going.
Yep. It'll be
that's
good.
where
Next
we-
couple weeks be exciting.
Yep, absolutely.
Yay.
All right. See you next week.
Later.